Alright guys, this is my first time streaming on YouTube. My second time recording this because I forgot to hit the record button. So let's go over a couple questions on test B that you guys took home tonight for homework. Most of this test is pretty easy. You guys should know this, we reviewed it, and you all should be coming in tomorrow to take this test feeling really confident. However, I'll go over a couple that I think you might have trouble with. The first one is number 7. So on number 7 it tells us 1/4, and it asks us to find the opposite of 1/4. So I'll start there. Negative 1/4 is the opposite. Then it asks us to plot it on a number line. You guys already provided a number line, so I would make somewhere in the middle, make a 0. And then I know that 1/4 is not greater than 1. So I'm going to go right here to -1 and +1. And I know I can divide these into fourths. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to label these 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. -1/4, -2/4, -3/4. Now, of course, right here, 4/4 is equal to 1 whole. And then right here is -4/4 is equal to -1. That's how we have it divided up. Then I'm just going to plot this. I'm going to make sure I do it on the line with a big bubble so when Miss Russell checks our test, she can see it. So guys, that's all you need to do for number 7. The one thing I would watch out whenever we divide up these number lines is you need to try to make sure that they're even intervals and they make sense on both sides. Whatever you do on one side number line, you do to the other one. Next question we're going to go over is we will go over let's go over number 10, which is comparing fractions if they're less than or greater than. So it's -3 1/3, and then you have -3 1/6. Well, because they're negative, we need to find the number closest to 0. The number that's greatest will be the number closest to 0. So we need to find the smallest fraction, not the biggest fraction. And if I wrote this as a positive, what I would do is 3 1/3 and 3 1/6. And then I would find this. So if we have the common numerator, we can compare denominators. And whatever fraction with the lowest denominator is going to be the largest fraction. So 1/3 is larger than 1/6. But because these are both positive and our question asks us a negative, all we're going to do is we're going to flip our sign. So it's going to tell us that -3 1/3 is less than -3 1/6. That's because -3 1/6 is a smaller number and therefore it is closer to 0 on the number line. The next question we're going to go over is number 14. 14 asks us to compare -13 and the absolute value of -13. So if I rewrite this problem, it would be -13, and absolute value -13 is 13. Well, guys, we all know that a positive number is always greater than a negative number. Next one we'll talk about is number 17. Number 17 is going to ask us to plot some points on a graph. You guys are already given the graph, which makes this a lot easier. So the first point we're going to try to plot is A. And A tells us our coordinates for A is 2 and -4. So that's X, Y. So we're going to go to X-axis and look for 2. Then we're going to go down and look for -4. So right here would be A. The next one we'll try to plot is, we'll go with B. And it's -3, -3. X-axis, -3, we're going to find -3, and then we're going to look for -3 on the Y. Again, we're going to go down because you go lower for negative numbers on your number line. So right here is B. The last one we'll track together is E, because E is a little bit tricky. The coordinate pairs for E is -4 and 0. So the first thing we're going to do, negative 4 on x is on the x-axis. Then for the y-axis, we're on 0. So that means right here is 0. Coordinates for right here is 0, 0. That means for negative 4, 0, we're going to stay on 0 axis for y, and we're just going to come out right here and make our dot right on the x-axis, and that is going to be E. And that should be all, guys. The rest of the problems are pretty easy. You guys should have no problems taking this test tomorrow. You all should come in here confident that you all can get A's and take a nice report card home for the holidays. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Leave some comments if you have anything to add.